Hi, my name is Malinee. Today I'm going to talk to you about the most popular indoor succulents. One of the most popular indoor succulents are Haworthias. They're native to South Africa, low maintenance, and slow growing. One of the most popular Haworthias that I really like is the Haworthia attenuata zebra plant. This is the non-variegated version, and this is the variegated version. They have pretty tall white flowers that come on a stalk, and they require very little water, and they like mostly shade. If you keep it outside, you keep it in a filtered sunlight area, and you only water about once a week. If you keep them inside, you keep them in a north-facing or west-facing window and only water about once or twice a month. You have to make sure that the soil is completely dry before you water again, because if the soil is too moist, the plants can rot very quickly. This is a very rare Haworthia that I really like as well. This one is an Haworthia Sempervivum variegated, and this is also from South Africa. Another great indoor succulent are Sempervivums. Sempervivums are also known as house leeks. They're native to Iran and Morocco. Sempervivums have very shallow roots, which make it easy to plant in containers such as a saucer. I'm going to demonstrate for you very quickly how to make a nice and simple Sempervivum garden. So right now I'm trying to take out all the soil as much as possible, and then right now I don't have any hole, but for this purpose only I'm just going to show you how easy it is to make a nice succulent garden using just Sempervivums. And as you see, I'm taking all the soil out here but leaving some soil and roots left, and then showing you how this works very nicely. So you want to keep the succulents compact and tight together so that slows the growth if you don't want to worry about it being growing too fast. So I'm using the same soil here, which is fine, and then planting a nice little garden. Now normally, if there's no hole, you would add pumice for extra drainage. The pumice allows it to drain and without becoming rotted. So right now I'm going to show you. Let's see here. Okay. And when you get a little too messy, like I am, I'm going to take a little brush here, make it simple for me, and quickly brush off all that soil that gets stuck inside the plant. And I can add more if I want to, or I can just let it grow, and it will take about a year before this actually outgrows this pot. So after I finish planting that, then I add a little bit of top dressing. You can add any color you like. What I have on hand is just sand, which is fine as long as it keeps it all together. And you just pat it around and put a very thin layer around it. Okay. Now I normally don't water right away. I wait for it to get settled in, and since we had the rains, it's been a little bit moist, so I'm just going to keep it planted in here without having to water it right away. So I'll just keep one more. So here you have a nice little container garden just using Sempervivums, and you can keep this indoors near a north-facing or west-facing window and only water about once a month. Besides Haworthias and Sempervivums that tend to grow slow, we also have another indoor succulent that is very popular for offices or for a place where you have hardly any light. These are all known as Sansevierias. This Sansevieria is from Angola. It grows to about 3 to 5 feet wide with multiple branches and has a beautiful white flower that comes out in a stalk. And this one is a Sansevieria a short version of a snake plant or a mother-in-law's tongue. And I made a nice little arrangement that someone can put inside, in a window, or in an office with hardly any light. So Sansevierias are quite versatile and are very low maintenance. You only need to water about once a month indoors or outside once a week in a filtered sunlight area. Now they're not frost tolerant, so you have to cover it with a light covering or a frost cloth, which will raise the temperature about 10 degrees. A great indoor hanging succulent would be the Senecio radicans, also known as the string of bananas or fishhook succulent. Native to South Africa, the fishhook succulent can grow as long as 3 feet long. What I like about this hanging indoor succulent is that it's drought tolerant. It can take temperature as high as 110 degrees Fahrenheit and also can take as low as 25 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's both drought tolerant as well as frost tolerant. This beautiful hanging succulent has white, tiny white little flowers that has a sweet cinnamon-like fragrance. And you can hang this indoors near a window, north facing or even west facing, and water only about twice a month. Or you can keep it outdoors and you can hang it on a tree or keep it in a filtered light and water about once a week. Now we talked about indoor succulents, ones that grow low and ones that grow tall. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about are plants that can be indoors but need to be rotated about once a week. These are called Gymnocalycium or moon cactus, and you can keep them inside near a window, but you have to take them outside about once a week so they can have natural sunlight and air. If you don't take them outside, the top portion will become very skinny, reaching for sunlight. So to prevent that, you need to take it outside at least once a week for natural sunlight and air, and then bring it back in. If you're looking for colorful succulents, such as these, they require about the same care in terms of keeping it inside near a window, preferably west facing or south facing, which it gets bright sunny light, but take it outside about once a week, and then it will get the natural sunlight and air and still keep its original shape. I hope you enjoyed these beautiful indoor succulents with me today. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.